Great fan of country music behind home plate. Also a singer of some repute.
Kind of.
Matsui now with 2 career home runs against Martinez. He looks at strike 1. Hideki Matsui 308, 3 homers, 7 RBIs for the postseason. 2 of those home runs have come in the World Series. He's been a dangerous man off the bench.
Charlie Manuel with a lot of concern right now, already on the top step, watching his starting pitcher struggle.
Shot, but that one's going to hook foul on the right field line. Deep up into the seats, plenty of home run distance by Matsui.
This is nothing more than batting practice right now that Pedro Martinez is throwing to home plate. The only reason that wasn't a 2-run homer was that he was out in front of Pedro Martinez's best fastball.
Yankee fans seem to be sensing Pedro may be in some early trouble as they have started the "Who's Your Daddy" chants.
I would not expect a curveball down and in again.
On top of the fastball. That's his best of the night. That one was 88 miles an hour. Matsui at 244 against Martinez.
Two for 2 against Pedro in game 2 with a base on ball. So a perfect night for the Yankee designated hitter.
Posada on deck. Here's the 1-2 to the left-hand hitter, and a quick pitch outside. He used that against Derek Jeter earlier in this series. Struck him out.
He got the Yankee captain looking at that fastball, not able to locate it there with Matsui running the count even at 2-2. Wow. He's struggling. He put on a good front before the ball game when all of the media was around him, but something has changed between then and right now.
A-Rod leading at first, nobody out. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Grounded, foul past first base. First base umpire Jerry Davis right on top of that line.
Boy, the Yankees were within inches of probably taking the lead, and at least at worst having 2 runners in scoring position. Matsui again not able to stay back long enough because of the lack of velocity from Pedro.
Another mound visit here by Ruiz. As we talked about it the other night, former Yankee, now Dodger coach Larry Bowa said on a radio talk show 2 days ago he believed the Phillies were stealing Posada and Molina's signs even when nobody was on base, and possibly using cameras, he said. That suspicion adding credence to Posada's nonstop visits to the mound in this series. But tonight it's been Ruiz very active going out.
Even Charlie Manuel said, if I can get your signs, I'll take them. I mean, everybody's going to try.
He said, if I can steal them, I will. I'm trying.
A big way to find out if other teams have your signs. Let's say you're using the 3rd sign for a catcher with a man at second. Well, one time, go out there and tell him, use the 3rd sign and put down a fastball to make the runner and everybody think that, and throw a changeup. If the hitter swings like he's spinning like a top, goes all the way around, you know they've got your signs they're trying to give him.
Pedro taking his time here. 3-2. Well, in game 1 in 1 inning, there were 8 counted conversations on the hill when CC Sabathia was pitching. It wasn't all Posada, but most of them were Jorge coming out to the hill. There were a few by Jeter and Cano and A-Rod as well.
The count was 0-2. Now it's full. To me, Joe Girardi's got to be aggressive here and send the runner.
Nobody out, no score, second inning, game 6.
I would have somebody up right now. Jay Happ would be up and throwing for me if I was Charlie Manuel.
A-Rod takes off as he's swinging a high foul down the right field line.
Hideki Matsui continuing to be out front. At this point right now, if I'm a Yankee hitter, I'm not worried about him getting a fastball by me. I'm trying to stay back, get a good look at whatever kind of rotation he's putting on the pitch.
You're not worried about the fastball because he can't throw it hard enough to sneak it by hitters of his caliber.
And what makes it really tough, that's a great point, OB, is because now all of a sudden you lose the effectiveness of your changeup. The velocities are not different enough.
Here's the 8th pitch of this AB for Matsui. The runner holds as he's swinging a high deep drive into the corner, very deep, and this ball is gone. 2-run homer for Matsui. It came on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Now Matsui has seen limited action. Remember, he didn't start in those games in Philadelphia, but he's just hit his 3rd World Series home run.
He didn't start in those games in Philadelphia because he could not play the outfield anymore, but he got an opportunity to swing the bat there. He came in and a couple of opportunities. He got to pinch hit. He was able to keep his timing there. Now with one swing of the bat, he was the one that gave the Yankees the first lead they had in the series. He might give them the last lead that they need this year.
That brings up Posada. This place is buzzing. And I'm with you. I'm amazed there's nobody even getting up in the bullpen into the stands at Yankee Stadium right after A-Rod had taken ball 4. And the New York Yankees in game 6 have the upper hand against the scuffling ace in Pedro Martinez. Yankees leading it 2-0. Huge K for Martinez. Not out of the woods yet.
And a huge man standing at home plate for the Yankees.
Who has already hit a 2-run homer in this one. Popped him up, but backing out of play for a strike. Let's go back to the 2nd inning of the home run cut of Hideki Matsui.
He hit a couple of balls real hard. The count at one time was 0-2, but both of those previous balls went foul. That one stayed just inside the foul pole. That's the difference in the ball game right now.
Well, so far a very generous call by Joe West has helped out Pedro Martinez. Base is still loaded though, and he rips that one to right, and a foul ball just off the line.
He does not have an answer thus far for the Yankees designated hitter. That would have busted this game open. Pedro trying to come in with the fastball. He's got to be perfect.
Philly fan and a Yankee fan using different varieties of body language.
Never seen Pedro Martinez with this much commotion on the mound during one of his starts.
Jeter at 3rd, Damon at 2nd, Teixeira at 1st. He was hit by a pitch.
Pedro tried to get Matsui with 2 strikes in game 2 with a breaking ball down and away. He missed a spot. The ball came down and in, and Matsui was able to hit it out of the ballpark. I think you bounce that breaking ball away now. You've got to have faith that Carlos Ruiz can keep it in front of it.
This is all about survival mode for the 38-year-old Pedro Martinez. He's 1 strike away from getting out of this mess without a run being scored in the inning. But it's lined into center field for a base hit. Jeter scores. Here comes Damon, and he'll score standing up. Yankees on top 4-1.
Homered in Game 2. He hit a pinch hit homer in Game 3. He had a pinch hit base hit in Game 5. 4 RBIs already in just the first 3 innings for Hideki Matsui.
In what might be the last game he ever plays in Yankee pinstripes. He's a free agent after the season. Well, Matsui is again in a situation he can do plenty of damage. He's done enough tonight.
Well, the one-time Iron Man, always playing, doing a great job in the outfield. Now all he can do is swing the bat, and what a job he has done so far tonight. The difference in the ball game, the reason for the early exit for Pedro Martinez in 2 swings of the bat. Hideki Matsui drove in 4 runs and knocked the Phillies starting pitcher out of the game.
His numbers in the World Series have put him in the running for MVP. 7 for 11, 3 homers, 6 RBIs, and 3 runs, particularly if he adds on to it right here. As runners at first and second, and Teixeira and A-Rod, and that's into the dirt, blocked by Ruiz. 5-1, the Yankees in command. Happ comes out of the pen, the young left-hander. 6.75 ERA, went 12-4 during the regular year as a first-year man.
Yeah, the only guy in the National League with a better winning percentage than him was Chris Carpenter of the St. Louis Cardinals.
He's a Cy Young candidate, yeah.
He'll be part of that rotation next year.
He's looking for a double play ball, but he fires low, and the count 2-0. Maybe Matsui's swan song in a Yankee uniform. He wants to play the outfield somewhere. He believes he can still be a dependable left fielder. For the Yankees, he's been consigned to just designated hitter this last season. That's a strike, 2-1.
You know, and that's why for me right now, if I had to vote for the MVP, and we will when the game's over with, it goes to Derek Jeter rather than Matsui, only because I believe playing defense is still a big part of the game.
Andy Pettitte may have put himself in a position for consideration if he gets a win here tonight. How about Mariano Rivera?
Yeah, we know how this game, we know who's going to be on the mound when this game's over with for the New York Yankees. And if it continues to be a Yankee win, Mariano Rivera will have closed out all 4 of those victories.
The 3-1 pitch. Hammered again. Right field. Worth racing back, and that ball sails against the wall. Teixeira scores. They're waving in A-Rod, and he's going to score. And how about Hideki Matsui? A 6 RBI night. And the Yankees are busting it open. They lead the game 7-1.
When you look back at past World Series, it seems like it's always a highlight reel of home runs. The big shots, the moments that you remember where you can add Hideki Matsui to that reel. Hanging breaking ball, 3-1 count. He goes down and gets it, drives it almost out of the ballpark again. Off the wall, the ball gets past Jason Worth. Alex Rodriguez continues to come around the bases, scoring all the way
for the cycle in a World Series game. Home run, single, and a double. And each swing drove in 2 runs. 3. He could set a record tonight for RBIs in a World Series game. He's tied one already. Getting a great hand from the big crowd at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees lead at 7-1.